From North Allegheny High School, it's a 6A semifinal matchup between the undefeated North Allegheny Tigers 10-0 and the Seneca Valley Raiders 8-3. Good evening, this is Ed Cody. These two teams last met September the 28th here at North Allegheny High School. It was a defensive battle won by the Tigers 10-6. Seneca Valley was limited to 108 yards, but the Raiders defense limited the Tigers to 175, a low on the season in points and yardage for the North Allegheny Tigers, who averaged 37 plus points per game. The Raiders average only around 20 a game, but they have one of the best defenses around. They yield 9.5 a game, but the Tigers defense pretty solid. Saw that in their last game of the season, a 27-7 win when they shut down Pine Richland. They yield only 12.4 points per game. The strength of these two teams lies up front with their offensive lines. Seneca Valley with a huge offensive line led by right tackle Marcus Might, 6'6", 280 senior, and next to him Drew Robertson, 6'2", 285, and the left side by David Tekich, the left guard, 6'2", 265, and Kevin Meter, 6'5", 275. It's a huge offensive line. Danny Kreisberger, the center, is a small one on the offensive line at 6'2", 250. The North Allegheny offensive line did a tremendous job in the second half against Pine Richland, trailing 7-0 at the half. They took control with a powerful inside running game. They ran the trap and the counter, and then mixed in a jet sweep with that, and put up quite a second half surge against Pine Richland with their star running back Ben Mayenza, who put up 140 yards in that game rushing. He has 1,035 on the season and 17 touchdowns. Precise Cologne backs him up with 343 yards rushing, but they got a lot of help in that game from their fullback Sam Galosh, who ran that trap so well in the second half against Pine Richland, and Ben Petchke did some running of his own. But we look for this one to be another tough defensive battle. The rain has stopped. It is clear out. Still cold. We have a good crowd on hand. The winner goes on to the championship game next weekend, next Saturday night, 8 o'clock at Heinz Field. They would take on the winner in the other semifinal game between Mount Lebanon and Pine Richland. Seneca Valley will kick off. The Raiders in their road uniforms, powder boot pants, white jerseys, and the Tigers dressed in all black with gold numerals. Going back deep for North Allegheny will be Precise Cologne and Luke Colella. Seth Winters to kick off for the Raiders. And Cologne will take it from inside his end zone, finds a seam off the right side, breaks into the clear across the 40, midfield down the right sideline, and it continues before he's finally bumped out of bounds at the 30-yard line, and here comes a flag. Precise Cologne, the speedster, and a great return to start this game. 5'6", 155-pound junior. Personal foul against Seneca Valley. And that will give North Allegheny position at the 22-yard line.
That means he brought back up to 37. What's that? So he would have brought to 37.
Ben Petchke, quarterback. Mans is going to get it on a toss sweep to the right, cracks it down inside the 10 before he's belted out of bounds at the 8-yard line, pickup of 14.
And that's the North Allegheny Tigers.
First and down, first and goal, I should say, for the Tigers. Ball spotted at the 8.
Tigers now entering the Monticello's red zone. Monticello, the official beacon of North Allegheny Athletics.
Manza comes in motion. Petchke's going to keep it off the right side. And he gets close. They're going to give him the score. Second effort got him in for the touchdown. 2 plays, 22 yards for the score. Set up by that outstanding kickoff return. Score comes to the 11-19 mark here in the first quarter. Isaac West on to attempt the extra point.
Number 22, Isaac West, to do attempt the extra point for the Tigers.
High snap, placement, the kick is up, and it is good.
Extra point up and good. With 11:19 remaining in the first quarter, the NA Tigers jump out to an early 7-0 lead.
7-0 North Allegheny. That was set up by Precise Cologne's 63-yard kickoff return. Seneca Valley, most points they've given up one game this year was 21 to Pine Richland. Last week trailed Central 14-0 after the first quarter, which they gave up over 100 yards. But after that, they shut down the Vikings' offense, limiting them to just 15 yards last 3 quarters. West to kick it off. And a return out over the 25, but forced out of bounds near the Seneca Valley bench.
Tackle was made by number 47 of the Tigers, Dan Josh. Raiders take over.
Looked like Matt Stanger in that return, so it will be 1st and 10, Seneca Valley. Football at their own 25-yard line. Raiders used 2 quarterbacks last week, Gabe Lawson, a junior, and Caden Smithgo, a junior. Offset eye to the left, slot left. Mindweiser, the ball carrier. No gain on the play.
Jake Mindweiser, ball carrier for Seneca Valley. Game tackle at the line of scrimmage.
The Raiders, a solid offensive team, not a lot of points this year, averaging just around 20. Empty set. Motion. Lawson back, looking, firing down the middle, has a man open, complete, out across the 40 and up to the 45-yard line.
Number 5, Josh McLean.
Josh McLean making the reception.
By number 8 of the Tigers, Nico Rankin.
And Nico Rankin on that stop for North Allegheny. 1st and 10 for the Raiders out at the 45, their own 45-yard line. McLean, Smith, Stebbins, all solid receivers this season for the Raiders. Mindweiser goes back in motion, sets up, fake to him, quick pitch out here. A little bit of running room, breaks a tackle across the 50 and belted down hard at the 48-yard line. Ryan Kristovic Luke Colella on a stop for the Tigers. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Mindweiser off the right side comes through a bunch of black shirts and picks up the first down on the second effort down inside the 40 to the 37. Running behind that right side, Marcus Might, 6'6", 280, and Drew Robertson, 6'2", 285. This drive having started at the Seneca Valley 25-yard line, the Raiders trying to answer the Tigers' opening score. Keeper off the right side, fighting forward, picking up a couple of yards is Gabe Lawson. Gets it down to the 32-yard line, pickup of 5. McLean comes split wide to the left. McLean, Stebbins, Smith, all with over 20 receptions this year. Here's a quick pitch out here, an incomplete pass, and a big hit put on Kristovic. Like Joey Porter Jr. coming up from his left corner position. Incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 5 at the 32. 8:13 to go here in this first quarter of play. Pine Ridge had no success running the football, had a hard time running the football on the Tigers. So you figure from the first game that they played with Seneca Valley only gaining 108 yards that they figured they would have to open it up here and throw early. Offset to the right. Here's a keeper by Lawson. He's going to break into the clear. Doesn't go down. Finally stumbles, but not before he gets inside the 10 and down to the 7-yard line where it would be 1st and goal. And a great effort off the right side. First, a great fake by Lawson, and then he was hit at about the 20, kept his feet, and then finally went down, lost his balance. It will be 1st and goal. They're going to bring it back and spot it on the 9-yard line. Something we didn't expect was seeing Lawson running the football. Mindweiser sets to the right of Lawson. He's going to get it on an inside carry, gets great blocking, and he's going to take it in for the touchdown. What a great job by the right side of that offensive line. The tight end Stebbins and then Marcus Might, Robertson, and the center Danny Preisberg opened up a huge hole for Mindweiser as he scores the TD. "75 yards in 8 plays. Winners on to attempt the extra point, try to tie this one up. Kick is up and it is good. Well, so much for the defensive struggle they had the first time. Seneca Valley answers the score with that 75-yard, 8-play drive. Mindweiser on a 9-yard run. So much for predicting what would happen in this game based on the first game. Seneca Valley with 75 yards in their first drive. They had 108 the entire game back in September 28th. They go the long route for their score, 75-yard drive in 8 plays, where the Tigers went 22 yards in 2 plays, set up by Precise Cologne's 63-yard kickoff return. Let's see how the Raiders will cover this one. Cologne and Luke Kalala back deep for the Tigers. 7-7. 7:45 to go here in the first. Short kick taken by Kalala at the 14. Finds a crease, breaks free down the sideline, and then is finally forced out at the 31.
First and 10, North Allegheny.
First and 10, they will mark it at the 30-yard line. Ben Petchke at quarterback, Mayenza at running back. Split left, flanker right for the Tigers. Cologne goes in motion. Here's the inside counter play to Mayenza. And he comes up to the 35. Check that was the fullback, Sam Galosh, running a quick trap.
Brought down by number 8, Brennan Hayes, and number 53, David Pass.
He ran that so successfully several weeks ago against Pine Richland. They ran the inside trap, the counter off of that, and then the jet sweep. Second and 5 for North Allegheny. Football at their own 35-yard line. Motion, jet sweep to the right. Mayenza, the ball carrier, out across the 40, up to the 44 for the first down.
Brought down number 22, Evan Smith, and number 64, Tyler Bronson. The result of the play.
Up front for the Raiders is Drew Robertson, Kevin Meter, David Takich, and Felipe Junquiera. The linebackers Sage Lay, Jake Stebbins, and Evan Smith. Christovic, Brennan Hayes, Connor Hayes, and Josh McLean finish up the secondary. Ball at the 43, first and 10 Tigers. Cologne goes in motion. Fake to him. Here comes the inside counter play with Mayenza. And this time, the Raiders are ready for him.
Brought down by number 88, Felipe Junquiera.
Pick up a 2 on the play.
Brings up second and about 8 for North Allegheny.
Kalala split to the right. Cologne in a slot, and Nico Rankin in at the single setback position. Umbellet set to the right for the Tigers. Cologne goes in motion. Here's Rankin running the counter. Works his way up near the 47-yard line.
Nico Rankin, the ball carrier for the Tigers. Brought down again by number 88, Felipe Junquiera.
Third and 6. Raiders showing a 5-man front. Petchke back to throw. Has a man open right through the hands of Kalala. Out at the 45-yard line of Seneca Valley. Would have been enough for the first down. That'll bring up a 4th and 6. Isaac West will come on to kick it away for the Tigers. So the Raiders come up with a stop. Hot one over the head of West. He's going to pick it up at his own 18, and he drops it. And a loose football, doesn't matter, goes out of bounds. Dinkins corrals it, but it's going to be Seneca Valley football at the 18 of North Allegheny. It was spotted at the 19-yard line. Big mistake, a huge break for the Raiders. 5 even to go here in the first quarter of play, 7-7. Evan Smith in flank to the right. Lawson rolls right, looking, fires to the end zone, incomplete. Pass intended for Luke Smith.
Joey Porter Jr. on the coverage for the Tigers.
Left corner, Joey Porter Jr. on the coverage. Stebbins, tight end to the left. He's been one of Lawson's favorite receivers this year, along with Smith and McLean. Offset eye to the left. Mindweeser off the right side, down to the 16-yard line. 3rd and 7. Possibly look for Lawson on the fake and roll out to the right, the wide side of the field. There's 2 receivers flanked out to that side. Smith and Josh McLean. He's going to roll that way. Looks, fires way over the head of his intended receiver, Smith, at the 9-yard line. So we'll bring up 4th and 7 for the Raiders at the 16. Winters comes on, so he will attempt to be a wicket will be he's going to spot the ball at the 24. It'll be a 34-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. Lawson the hold. Snap's good. The kick is up, and it is good. So we're in the first quarter, and already 17 points. They're now one point ahead from the first meeting back on September 28th. 10-6 win for North Allegheny. So that field goal set up by the turnover on the punt situation for the Tigers when the ball went through the hands of Isaac West and recovered back at the 19-yard line. 2 pass attempts. I didn't pick up anything for the Raiders. Just a 3-yard run, but the field goal's there and they lead 10-7.
Seth Williams will kick off for Seneca Valley. Deep 13, number 4, Luke Love. Number 3, First High School.
Short kick taken by Cologne at the 18. And finally brought down at the 29. 3:51 remaining here in the first quarter, 10-7. Seneca Valley with the lead. They got a rematch win last week over Central Catholic, 15-14. The Vikings beat them early in the season, 20-14. So the Raiders trying to do it here again tonight. Double slot formation for the Tigers. Man's at a single running back. Here's a fake by Petchke off the left side. Comes up over the 30 to the 33-yard line. Gain of 4. Petchke ran plays just like that against Pine Richland several weeks ago. Very successful with it. Cologne back in as a slot to the right. Comes in motion. He's going to get it on the sweep to the left. Finds a crease, gets a first down the sideline, forced out of bounds in front of the Seneca Valley bench right at midfield.
And that's another NA Tiger first down.
I'll bring it back and say he went out of bounds at the 47.
First and 10 for the Tigers.
Pick up a 13.
Ball on their own, 47-yard line.
Joey Porter Jr., wide receiver to the right. Luke Kalala inside of him. Cologne goes in motion. He's going to get it again. Another sweep to the left. And he gets up near midfield. 2-yard pickup to the 49.
Number 5, Josh McLean. Second down, 45.
2:45 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Seneca Valley 10, North Allegheny 7. Right field at Newman Stadium here in the campus of North Allegheny High School. Trip set to the right. Petchke, look, throws out here to Joey Porter Jr. Breaks one tackle, then another, and is finally brought down at the 40, but not before he picks up the North Allegheny first down. That play did not look like it was going anywhere. It was a high throw. 2 tacklers all around Porter, and he split them and picks up the first down. The ball at the 39. Porter split to the right. Luke Claw to the slot left. He's also picked up over 200 yards rushing this year. And he's going to get it on the jet sweep to the right, and he's stacked up right there at the 39-yard line. Jake Stebbins from his middle linebacking position coming over to make the stop along with Josh McLean. No gain. Kalala split wide to the right. Cologne single setback. Cologne, right side. Once again, the Raiders waiting for him. Josh McLean right there. Along with Evan Smith, outside linebacker. 3rd down and 8. .45 seconds remaining here in this first quarter of play. The Raiders with a 3-point lead. Khalil Dinkins on the right side. No, check that. It's Galosh, the fullback. He was split to the right. He gets it on a little trap play. Cracks it inside the 35 and down to the 33-yard line.
And number 23, Connor Hayes. Brings up a 4th down for the Tigers.
4th and 4. And they won't get this off in the final seconds tick away here in the first quarter. That's the end of the first quarter play with the score, Seneca Valley 10, North Allegheny 7. So both teams showing a lot more offense they did in that first matchup, September the 28th, when there was just a total of 283 yards, I should say, in that game.
Me too. That's UPMC Sports Medicine. They help me keep going what I do best. Nice football player. I'm a teacher. They don't understand.
A little more running for Seneca Valley in terms of their quarterback, Gabe Lawson.
Global Savings Bank, originally reserved for Northside Community and Game. For many years, we've helped our customers buy their first home. Take some vacation. They combine many businesses with
Seneca Valley with one of the better defenses in the WPL. I think they have the top scoring defense in 6A, 9.5 a game.
commitment of our community bank group. Come see for yourself what makes banking and FNC a more powerful experience. On location in McGinley Township on Prairie Highway. FNC is governed FDIC and an equal housing lender.
The Raiders looking to get back to a championship game. They haven't been there for a number of years. The Tigers, of course, no strangers at all. Not for Coach Art Walker, who's won 5 WPL championships at Central Catholic and here at North Allegheny, and 3 state titles. Ron Butchley in his 7th year and 2nd turn at the head coach at Seneca Valley. So the Raiders really come in here playing with a lot of confidence. Gained a lot last week, being down 14-0 to Central Catholic in that first quarter. They gave up over 100 yards and then settled down defensively to just stuff the Vikings and limiting Central Catholic to 15 yards for the final 3 quarters of the game. Fourth and 4 for North Allegheny as we start the second quarter at the 33 of Seneca Valley. Manza goes in motion. Let's see what this is about as the officials stop play. False start against North Allegheny. So the penalty will make it 4th and 9. And now they're going to kick it away. West back to punt, standing at his own 46-yard line. Low snap this time. The West gets the kickoff, high kick. McLean was calling for a fair catch. They let it roll, and it is down at the 6-yard line. $11:47 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca Valley 10, North Allegheny 7. Well, the Tigers defense bunched up the line of scrimmage. Motion to the right. Meinwieser breaks off the left side in the clear. Out across the 30 and finally forced out of bounds in front of the Seneca Valley bench, but not before he breaks one and gets the Raiders out of trouble. Brings it out to the 35-yard line to pick up a 29. Huge run for the Raiders. They've already in this first quarter and into the first minute here, the second quarter, gone over the total yardage they had in that first game where they were limited to 107. Meinwieser off the right side, 2 yards.
Number 26, Jake Meinwieser again, the ball player. Drawn down number 25, Kate Hope at the side.
2nd and 8. Luke Smith split wide to the right, trips left. Lawson's going to give it to Meinwieser, finds a huge hole off the right side, another first down into North Allegheny territory and all the way down to the Tigers' 45-yard line. There are flags back at the Seneca Valley 40-yard line. We're going to bring this one back. Holding, 10-yard penalty. It will spot the ball back at the 27-yard line. Make it 2nd and 18. Nullifies an outstanding run by Meinwieser off the right side. He goes in motion to the left. Lawson, he's going to keep it. Puts his head down and gets 3 yards out to the 30-yard line, 3rd and 15. Nose tackle Liam Alker Connolly, the 6'1", 280-pound senior, stuffing the run. So the Raiders in the passing situation here, they send Luke Smith to the right. Trip set left. Lawson back, fires, complete. First down, complete to Smith. Great route run by Luke Smith, broke free, and the ball was right there, delivered on the money by Gabe Lawson. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the North Allegheny 47. "23 yards on that pass. The Raiders looking very sharp offensively here tonight. Meinwieser, left side, puts his head down, fights inside the 45, down to the 44. I'll actually give him a couple extra yards to make it a pickup of 5 on a play. Empty set. Trips left, slot right. Quick pass over the middle by Lawson. Complete to Stebbins. Breaks it down through the middle. Breaks one tackle. Another stiff arm. And he's finally brought down, but not before he gets inside the 10 and down to the 6-yard line. First and goal for the Raiders. Stebbins with a great run and a straight arm and sprung him free. Last time the Raiders were down here, Meinweiser carried in on a 9-yard run. Empty backfield set. Now Meinweiser moves over to the left of Lawson. He's going to get it. No, it's a keeper by Lawson, and he's going to take it in for the score. Great faking and a great run by Lawson, who's running a lot more tonight than he has all season long. How about this drive? 94-yard drive by the Raiders in 8 plays. They have doubled their yardage from that first game. Score coming at the 8:32 mark here of this second quarter.
Number 29, Seth
Winters on to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good.
Extra point is up and good. With 8:32 remaining.
Without question, that has to be one of the longest drives against the Tigers this year. The longest drive, I should say. One of the longest in a number of years. Art Walker prides himself on great defense. Set up by that initial run that got the Raiders out of trouble from their own 6, a 29-yard burst off the left side by Meinweiser. And then some great passing from Lawson to Luke Smith, and then a great run over the middle by Stebbins. (17-7), Seneca Valley. So you wonder that the Tigers' big win against Pine Ridge 2 weeks ago. They had the bye week last week. The Raiders had to come out and scrap and have a tough game against Central Catholic, where they came from 14 points down in the first quarter to win 15-14. So they seem sharp, ready to play. And they are taking it to the Tigers here so far in the first half, leading 17-7. So the Raiders in this first half with drives of 75 and 94 yards, and mixing in the pass with the run. Winters to kick it off. It's fumbled by Galosh, the up back, and he falls on it at the 29.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the Tigers scoreboard for all the accomplishments of this passing. NA became the first team in PIAA history to win both the boys and girls cross-country titles in the same year, last Saturday at Hershey. The boys won their 12th state championship, and for the Lady Tigers, their 4th in the history of the program. Congratulations to Coach John Neck and the teams for a tremendous 2018 season. The girls volleyball team made a back-to-back Woodville championship with a win over Baldwin last weekend at Washington High School.
1st and 10 for North Allegheny. Football at their own 29-yard line. Maybe that was Luke Colella on that return, and he was on the sideline. Looks like he was slightly injured. Here's a long pass downfield, Joey Porter, and broken up at the last second. What a great defensive effort there by safety Brennan Hayes. That looked like money in the bank on that pass. And we get a penalty marker? Calling defensive holding against the Raiders. (10-yard penalty), make it 1st and 10 out at the 39. Mann's on a sweep to the right. Has some running room. Turns the corner down the right sideline before he's finally forced out of bounds by Ryan Kristovic. And he carries this one all the way inside. He'll force him out of bounds. I think they'll spot it inside the 40 at the 37. Did he step out of bounds before that? Now the officials are talking. I can't see if there was a flag thrown on the far side. Holding against the Tigers. So that nullifies the long run. So actually they bring the ball back and spot it at the 48. So it's a pickup of 9 on the play, and it makes it 2nd and 1. So it's a 10-yard penalty from the point of the holding. 2nd and 1. Precise Cologne. Motion. They're going to throw deep down the sideline to Joey Porter, and he catches it. The 6'3" senior wide receiver Joey Porter Jr. went up and battled with the safety once again, Brendan Hayes. I think Hayes had his hands on it too, but Porter comes down with it. 1st down for the Tigers at the 19 of Seneca Valley. $33 yards on that pass play. Cologne comes in motion. He's going to get it on a sweep to the left, darts in, tries to break it to the outside, dragged down at the 16.
Brought down number 22. Evan Smith and number 23.
2nd and 7. 7:40 to go here in the first half of play. It's Seneca Valley 17, North Allegheny 7. Here's a keeper off the left side by Petchke, following his fullback, Alfonso Cantu. Takes it down to the 13-yard line to pick up a 3. Be 3rd and 4.
Assisting on the tackle, number 1, Dave
Petchke looking to the sideline for the play. Cantu remains at fullback. Mayanja goes in motion. Here's a handoff to Cantu, and there's a fumble on the play. Back at the 14-yard line, and I think North Allegheny retains possession. They do, but that'll bring up 4th and 5.
Fumble on the play. North Allegheny retains possession. Brings up 4th down.
That will send in Isaac West to attempt the field goal. It will be a 30-yard attempt from the left hash. Petchke to hold. The kick is up, and it is no good. Wide left. So the score remains with 5:56 to go here in the first half. Seneca Valley 17, North Allegheny 7. Everything working in favor of the Raiders right now. So do the Raiders stick to what they've been doing, mixing up the run and pass, so they get conservative here at their own 20-yard line. Don't forget they were down at their own 6-yard line when Mindweiser broke off that 29-yard run, which was part of their 94-yard drive in 6 plays. There's some great passes from Lawson to Smith and Stebbins. Double tight. Smith goes in motion. There's a handoff to Mindweiser left side. Tackle, breaks free. Second effort. Takes it up to the 26-yard line. Now they'll bring it back and spot it at the 24-yard line. Second and 6. Evan Smith in at fullback. He shifts to the left as does Mindweiser. Mindweiser gets it off the left side and finds a running tough. Gets a couple. 3rd and 4. Out at the 26-yard line. The Raiders just taking their time. 4:35 remain here in the first half. 2 wide receivers to the right. McLean and Kristovic. Lawson back, looking to screen left. Now here comes the pressure. He's going to be wrapped up, holds on to it, and is dumped back at his own 14-yard line. Tyler Mangone on the sack. Looked as if Lawson wanted to throw a screen out to the left. It just never materialized. Now Lawson will kick it away. He'll be punting out of his own end zone. Kalala back deep for the Tigers single safety.
Number 11, Gabe Lawson, the kick. Number 9, Joey Porter Jr. back deep.
Check, that's Joey Porter Jr. back deep. Lawson gets a kickoff. And Seneca Valley will down it at their own 47-yard line. 3:25 remaining here in the first half. Plenty of time for the Tigers to get something going. Excellent field position for the Tigers. It was started at the Seneca Valley 47-yard line. There's 3:25 to go here in the first half. The Tigers trailing 17-7. Cologne comes in motion. Fake on the inside handoff. Deep ball down the right sideline for Kalala. He has it, and he'll be knocked down at the 4-yard line. 1st and goal. Great pass thrown by Petchke. And Kalala ran the last 8 yards backwards. First and goal at the 3. Picked up a 44 yards on that pass play. 3 to play here in this first half. I formation. Mayenza off the right side. Gets maybe a yard. 2nd and goal.
Second down and goal for the Tigers.
Ball was actually spotted at the 4, not the 3. Offset backs to the left. Porter comes in motion. Touchdown. Ben Mayenza. Petchke on a keeper, excuse me. Good fake, he kept it. It's a play he ran successfully against Pine Richland 2 weeks ago. So NA scores at the 2:09 mark here of the second quarter. West on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up and it is good. 17-14 as the Tigers close the gap. 47 yards in 3 plays. Well, you try to figure these games out, you're usually wrong. Defensive battle the first time, 10-6 won by North Allegheny with a total of 283 yards. They've surpassed that certainly tonight as they have with the points, with 31 up on the scoreboard already here in this first half. A lot of credit to Petchke, a great pass to set the score up to Kalala for pickup of 43 yards, and then Petchke took it in himself on a great fake inside and the keeper. Here's West with the kick. Taken at the 3. And return out over the 25. And spotted up at the 27-yard line. Brendan Hayes on the return. 2:01 remaining here in the first half of play. The Raiders with the football. Ball at their own 27-yard line. Double slot formation. Now Meinweiser sets up behind Lawson. He's going to get it straight up the middle, out across the 30, and up to the 34-yard line. Gain of 7.
Brought down number 77, Liam Alderton.
1:41, clock running, and the Raiders with all their timeouts. Lawson's going to give it to Meinweiser, finds a hole off the left side, takes it out of bounds across the 40 and up to the 43-yard line, and the first down. Gain of 9. Clock stops 1:24. McLean and Smith split wide to the right. Meinweiser off the right side, finds some running room again, and just across the 50, they're going to spot it right at the 50-yard line. He will be about a yard and a half shy of a first down.
Drop down number 8, Nico Rankin, and number 33, Ethan Augustin.
Under a minute to play. Trips left, slot right. Lawson rolls to his right. Now he's going to keep it, and he'll get out of bounds at the 46-yard line. First down.
Forced out of bounds to number 9, Joey Porter Jr.
And 46 seconds to go here in the first half of play. See what the Raiders come up with here. Success the last time they were down here on a slant pass over the middle to their tight end Stebbins. They split Stebbins out this time far to the left with a trip set. Meinweiser set to the right. And they're going to give it to him off the right side, and he gets it down to the 40-yard line. Timeout. "40 seconds remaining. Oh, holding call. Second holding call against the Raiders. That will move it back to the 46, their own 46-yard line. First and about 20. On the clock running. Lawson back. It's going to take off left side and finally brought down at the 45 of North Allegheny. Now there's another penalty marker thrown in the area of the tackle, or just downfield from the tackle. Sideline warning against Seneca Valley. Get the move back coach out. That's strange. 15 seconds ago, first time out taken by the Raiders. Football at the 45-yard line of North Allegheny.
By winning the silver medal in the Class 3A PIAA Singles Championship last weekend.
Probably need 25 or 30 on this next play to even think about a field goal shot.
Championship squad. Ashley will attend Seneca University next year. She continues her academic and athletic career. UPFC Sports Medicine is proud to support North Allegheny athletics, including providing training and provide health care to all of our Tiger student athletes. For more information, visit UPFC.
Seneca Valley will receive the second half kickoff. Luke Smith and Josh McLean come wide to the right.
Second and about 8 for Seneca Valley. Ball to NA Packer, 45 yards.
Lawson, quick pitch out here to the left. And should be enough for the first down. It is at the 36. 10 seconds remaining. Motion to the right. Lawson rolls that way. He's going to pull up. Fire, and the pass is intercepted.
That's number 8. Yeah.
Nico Rankin on that interception for the Tigers. 5 seconds remaining here in the first half. Rankin with the interception stops that Seneca Valley drive. 5 seconds left. And North Allegheny here in the first half will have it at their own 33-yard line. And that will end the first half of play. Is there?
Seneca called timeout.
Seneca Valley called a timeout with 5 seconds. A little surprised, but they had their three timeouts with them on that last possession, and only used one of them.
Tonight's game is being broadcast from the North Allegheny Sports Network with Randy Gore and Rick Meister behind the microphones. It is also being broadcast
So
on Armstrong
5 seconds on the clock.
with Ed Cody, Albert Chapman, and Carmen Bianco.
This game a far cry from the first matchup when it was 10-6. And little or no offense by either team, but plenty of it here in this first half. So this should do it. Tigers are going to run out the last 5 seconds here of this first half. Petchke keeps it. It looks more like a scrum down there, and that's the end of the first half of play. With the score, Seneca Valley 17 and North Allegheny 14. Quick look at that scoring before we turn it over, and you can enjoy the band performances here at halftime. NA scored first. The opening kickoff, Precise Cologne took it 63 yards down to the 37-yard line, and Petchke finished off the drive on an 8-yard run. So 20-some yard. There was a penalty mixed in there too. 22 yards in 2 plays. West with the kick. It was 7-0. Seneca Valley came right back and scored at the 7:45 mark in a 75-yard march in 8 plays. Meinweiser on a 9-yard run. Winters the kick. It was tied at 7-7. Then Seneca Valley came back in the 3:59 mark. Seth Winters on a 34-yard field goal to make it 10-7. That was set up on a bad snap over the head of West on 4th down punt. So just 3 plays, 3 yards for the Raiders. And then in the second quarter, Seneca Valley scored at the 8:32 mark. Lawson on a 6-yard run, 94 yards, 6 plays for the Raiders, set up on a nice 29-yard run from the 6-yard line by Jake Meinweiser. Winners the kick, Seneca Valley up 17-7, and then North Allegheny came back on a Petchke 4-yard run. West the kick, 17-14, 47 yards and 3 plays for the Tigers, set up by a 43-yard pass play down the sideline to Joey Porter Jr. And that's where we stand here at halftime. It is 17-14 in favor of Seneca Valley. Enjoy the halftime performance.
Band captains are Rachel Koval and Carmen Palento. Brass captain Matt Miller. Woodwind captain Olivia Otway. Percussion captain Travis Hughes. Marching and maneuvering captains are Sydney Roller and Becca Cox. Pom-pom captains are Amanda Pritchett, Madison Smith, and Annie Walton. Our color guard captains are Bailey Collins, Brianna Buccini, and Elise Higgins. We thank you for your kind applause. Go Raider!
And welcome to the 2018 Halftime Show, presented by Freshie Pittsburgh. Located in the Union Trust Building in downtown Pittsburgh, Freshie is the place for the freshest soups, salads, bowls, and wraps in town. Look for a second location opening in Cranberry in early spring of 2019. Freshie, eat, energize.
Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the award-winning North Allegheny Tiger Marching Band under the direction of Todd R. Steffen, Stephen Baldanzi, and Evan Brown. Tonight, the band performs music from the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, from his early years with the Jackson 5 till his solo career. The band opens with I Want You Back and ABC 1, 2, 3. Next, the band showcases Michael's solo career with Don't Stop Till You Get Enough and Smooth Criminal. We close with Man in the Mirror. And now, under the field direction of Becca Wickett, Ellie Rapp, Jack Lopazinski, the Pride of the Black and Gold presents their 2018 show, Michael. The band is also under the musical direction of Majorette instructor Patty Lay, dance team instructor Chelsea Schlipp, color guard instructor Alexis Piper.
change for what's in my life. Gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right.
Back here at North Allegheny at halftime, the score is Seneca Valley 17 and North Allegheny 14. Let's look at some of the first half statistics. First downs, 9 for Seneca Valley, 8 for North Allegheny. Rushing yards, 127 yards for the Raiders, on 19 attempts, 47 yards for North Allegheny. Passing yards, 94 for Seneca Valley, 5 and 9 passing, 1 interception, 88 for the Tigers, 3 of 4 passing. Total offensive plays and yards, 221 total yards for Seneca Valley on 28 plays. North Allegheny, 135 yards and 23 plays. Kickoff returns, the Tigers a huge advantage there, 3 for 87. Of course, 63 coming on Precise Cologne's opening kickoff of 63 yards. In the penalty area, 5 against Seneca Valley for 44 yards, 3 against the Tigers for 19. Possession time, pretty close, 12:31 for the Raiders, 11:29 for North Allegheny. Third down conversions, 2 of 4 for Seneca Valley. North Allegheny is 0 for 3 on third, 0 for 1 on fourth. The red zone scoring chances, 3 for Seneca Valley and 3 scores, 2 for 3 for North Allegheny. Individual stats, the leading rusher in the game, Jake Meinwieser of Seneca Valley. He has 12 carries for 90 yards, the longest run of 29. Gabe Lawson, 7 carries for 50 yards. His longest was 23. For North Allegheny, Ben Mayenza, 4 for 25. Precise Cologne, 5 for 20. Ben Petchke, 5 for 19. 2 of his runs resulted in touchdowns of 8 and 4 yards. And in the passing game, Gabe Lawson, 5 of 9 for 94 yards. 1 interception, that was by Nico Rankin of the Tigers. The longest pass was 38 yards. Ben Petchke of the Tigers was 3 of 4 for 88 yards. The longest one was 43. That was to Kalala, a 43-yarder to set up Petchke's 4-yard touchdown run. So there you have it, the stats. Here we are at the start of the third quarter, and Seneca Valley will get the kickoff to start the second half, 17-14. They have the 3-point lead. The winner goes on to Hinesville next Saturday night, 8 o'clock, against the winner of the other semifinal game between Mount Lebanon and Pine Richland. So the Raiders looking to pull a major upset here tonight. But the way they've been playing defense, wouldn't be that big of a surprise depending on how the second half goes. They were very good offensively. I admit I was surprised how well they moved the ball on the ground against the Tigers. Got a little conservative there at the end of the first half. I don't feel they utilized their timeouts.
Once again, the winning ticket, the yellow ticket, 552-965.
You're going to win. Keep it open. Throttle.
Here's the Farrell Center to claim your prize.
I think Lawson has been very sharp tonight, both running and throwing the football. Number of key passes and a beautiful play to Stebbins over the middle. Stebbins with this stiff arm to set up a Seneca Valley touchdown. Hasn't been very often that the Raiders have come down the road to defeat the Tigers here at Newman Stadium. Art Walker looking for his 6th WPL championship. Ron Butchley will be looking at his 1st here at Seneca Valley.
From last time, they were in black and yellow. It's the university. That's what I'm, yeah, University of North Allegheny.
Isaac West set to kick it off for the Tigers, and the second half is underway. Meinweiser at the 6. Finds the seam, breaks out across the 30, down the right sideline before he's finally brought down from behind out at the 45-yard line. A 39-yard return, an excellent field position for the Raiders to start this second half. First and 10 for the Raiders at their own 45-yard line. Evan Smith goes in motion. Now he sets up to the left side. He's going to get it off the right side. Great second effort by the Raider running backs here tonight. Comes up to the 49 to pick up a 4. 2nd and 6.
Brought down number 21, Dante Caputo. Of the Tigers. 2nd down.
Smith's first carry of the game.
Ball on their own 49-yard line.
Stebbins and Luke Smith, receivers to the right. Josh McClain split to the left. Quick flip out to the right side. It's complete to Luke Smith. Down to the North Allegheny 47-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Meinweiser set deep. Evan Smith, the fullback, up in front of him. You're going to give it to Meinweiser left side. He's going to get the first down. Well, he's been tough to bring down here tonight. Great second effort all night long by Jake Meinweiser. He gets the first down at the 44 of North Allegheny. Finally move the sticks. Lawson looking over to the bench and indicating, hurry up, give me the play.
Play is a first down.
Raiders quickly to the line of scrimmage. Smith to the left. There's a handoff, Mindweiser. Just kind of glides, finds his way. At first it looks like there's nothing there. And then he picks up nearly 4 yards on the play.
Number 33, Ethan Augustin of the Tigers. Second down at about 6, basically.
Make it second down and 6.
And a 41-yard line.
Trips to the left, slot right. Mindweiser now checks into the backfield. He's going to get it off the left side. Gets a little surge.
Mindweiser again, the ball carrier.
Takes it inside the 40 and down to the 37-yard line.
Tackle made number 87, Eden Sheets. It's third down, Tiger fans. Let me hear you make some noise.
Oh, at the 38. 3rd and 4. Trips to the right. Now Luke Smith comes in motion. There's confusion in the backfield. A collision looked like between Mindweiser and Lawson on a run pass option. And that's going to bring up 4th down, no gain on the play.
Brings up a 4th and about 4.
Smith split to the right. And Lawson is going to pooch punt it. And will be down by the Raiders at the 1. No, they're going to mark it at the 1? They will. Looked like one official was indicating in the end zone. Getting some help here from John Enriato of the Butler Eagle.
Once again, the winning 50-50 ticket number, 552.
So let's see if the Raiders can dig themselves out of a hole. The Raiders did in that second quarter, pinned their own 6-yard, 29-yard run out to the 35 by Mindweiser. That paved the way for a 94-yard scoring drive. Two turnovers in the game, an interception by Lawson, and then a bad snap over Isaac West's head recovered by the Raiders at the 17. That set up a field goal of 34 yards. And the Raiders are bunched at the line of scrimmage. Petsky on a keeper gets it out maybe to the 2.
Ben Petsky, the quarterback sneak.
Second down 8. Ball out at the 3. 7:30 to go here in the third quarter play. Seneca Valley up 17-14 over North Allegheny. Man's on a sweep to the right. Comes out to the 10. Going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Evan Smith on a stop for the Raiders. Third and 1. Pitch back to Cologne. Sweeps the left side up over the 15 and up to the 17-yard line for the first down.
Brought down number 5, the Josh McGinn, and number 8, Hunter Hayes.
Yeah, that's what they say.
And that's another Tiger, first down.
Drive past.
Out to the 19, a gain of 9.
It was like Imperial. They were-
So the Tigers dig their way out of a hole, backed up at their own 1-yard line. Galosh in at fullback. Cologne comes in motion. Pate pitch to him. There's a pressure. Petchke trying to find some running room, and he's pinned back at his own 16-yard line. A loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Just under 6 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Seneca Valley defense closing quickly. There was pressure from the outside to right side that flushed Petchke out of the pocket. 2nd and 13 for North Allegheny at their own 16-yard line. Petchke fires complete to Precise Cologne and juggled it, retained possession, takes it out to the 30-yard line. Should be enough for the first down. It is.
And that's another NA Tiger, first down.
Cantu checks in at fullback for North Allegheny. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at their own 30. Double tight formation. Mayans off the right side. Gets a yard out to the 31.
Drop by number 33, Jake.
Stebbins from his middle linebacking spot filling the hole. 2nd and 9. The Tigers sticking with this tight formation, pretty much what we saw against Pine Richland in the second half 2 weeks ago. Here's a pitch to Cologne. Dodges one tackler, turns the corner.
Precise Cologne, the ball carrier.
Out over the 40, and they'll say he finally went out of bounds out at the 43, 44-yard line.
Forced out of bounds, number 22, Evan Smith. And that's another NA Tiger.
Another first down, and Precise Cologne being the go-to guy here on this drive. Ball out at the 45-yard line. Pickup of 14. Manza goes in motion. Fake toss to him. Give to the fullback, Galosh, and gain of 1. 4:30 to play here in the 3rd. Seneca Valley 17, North Allegheny 14. Here's Cologne on that sweep to the left. Runs right through one tackle and then another and gets it into Seneca Valley territory. Let's see where they marked it. Did he step out of bounds before that? He did. Gain of 3 out at the 49, 3rd and 6. Tight formation again. Petchke to throw. Miscommunication with his wide receiver, Luke Kalala. He was throwing it out, and Kalala was streaking down the sideline. Incomplete. Bring up a 4th and 6 for the Tigers at their own 49. And that will send Isaac West on to kick it away.
West to kick for the Tigers.
Josh McLean and Brendan Hayes back deep for the Raiders. West from zone 35. Good, high, driving kick. Fair catch. I thought it was a fair catch, but McLean's running with it. He confused himself. Should be a penalty. Looked like he signaled for the fair catch at the 14-yard line, and now here come the penalty markers.
See that call? I guess when it's not over.
Yeah, he'll see it.
I did the flags were very, very late, so apparently the officials were confused. Call a delay a game. I'm not sure why the officials waited so long to throw those flags. Half the distance back at the 9-yard line. .356 to go here in the third. Slot left, offset eye to the left. Mindweiser, and nowhere to go this time. Gets a yard to the 10.
Jake Mindweiser, ball carrier. Brought down to number 77, Dave Alford-Donald, number 21, Thompson Computer. Second down, for the Raiders.
Second down, 9 to go for Seneca Valley. Evan Smith in at fullback. Offset to the right. Smith on a counter left side. Huge hole out over the 20, and he's still running. And up to the 23 for the first down to pick up a 14.
Brought down number 3, Precise Cologne, number 25, Cade Hope.
The Raiders used Mindweiser as a decoy, ran the inside counter. And Evan Smith, the second carry of the game, picks up 14 and the first down. First and 10 for the Raiders at their own 23. Here's Lawson's going to keep it. Turns the right corner and pushed out of bounds out at the 30. Pick up a 7. Kind of a funny play. He faked the handoff and just stood there for a split second, then took off. The left side of the North Allegheny defense peeked inside and left the running room to the outside. Lawson's had a solid, outstanding game tonight running the football. Trips to the left, slot right. Now Mindweiser sets up to the right of Lawson. He's going to get it off the left side, puts his head down across the 30, out near the 32. Bring up a 3rd and 1. 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. Evan Smith checks back into the lineup. Matt Stenger in the lineup. Power set to the right. Here's a keep by Lawson. And it's going to be very close. Looks like you have 2 different spots out there. One has him with the first down. The other one looks a little bit shy. And they are going to measure this one. 1:41 remaining here in the third. Raiders trying to pick up another first down in this drive that started at their own 9. They've started at their own 6. They've started at their own 9. Here's the stretch of the change. It is a first down. Jake Stebbins making the call for the Raiders. So being stuck deep in their own territory has not fazed the Raiders here tonight. 1st and 10. Out at their own 33-yard line. 4 receivers split wide to the left. Here's Meinwieser. Huge hole off the right side. Cuts it in across the 50, the 45, and steps out of bounds, but not before he gets down to the 43-yard line. There's a flag back at the 34-yard line. I think this will be the 3rd time Weiser's cracked off some nice runs, only to have them nullified by holding penalties, a 3rd one. Or he'd be well over 100 yards rushing here. Well, he had 90 in the first half, no question. That penalty hurts, brings it back to the 23-yard line. First and 20. 1:28 remaining here in the 3rd quarter of play. Luke Smith split wide to the right, trips to the left. Meinwieser sets up to the right side of Lawson. He'll get it off the left side, and there is nothing there but black shirts.
Knocked away by number 77, Liam Alford Conley. Number 33, Ethan Armstrong.
No gain. 2nd and 20. Meinwieser slot to the right. Comes in motion. Lawson back to throw. It's flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right. Fires downfield, incomplete. Pass intended for Stebbins. 3rd and 20.
Third down and long.
42 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Off you're the Raiders. Do you play it safe, run, punt it away, rely on your defense? Stebbins and Luke Smith split to the right. Timeout, Seneca Valley. That's their first here of the 2nd half.
He's only had 1 possession. Because that'll happen when you start from the 1.
So what looked like a promising drive for the Raiders had started at their own 9-yard line, and a nice run by Meinwieser nullified by a holding penalty. That makes it now 3rd and 20 for Seneca Valley at their own 23-yard line with just 42 ticks remaining here in the 3rd quarter of play. Trips to the left, slot right. Porter 1-on-1 coverage with Luke Smith. Mindweiser sweeps to the left, and no fake handoff, throw downfield, complete. Look to Stebbins down the right sideline, the stiff arm, and all the way down to the 26-yard line. And here comes the penalty marker, either a horse collar or a face mask. And that pass looked like it was going to be picked off. I don't know who just missed it for the Tigers. Might have been Porter. That looked like it was going to be a pick six. Stebbins, what a great stiff arm. He must be watching Vance McDonald of the Steelers. Personal foul, horse collar tackle against the Tigers. That occurred at the 26-yard line. So that should be half the distance and place it at the 13. First and 10. That's a 51-yard pass play to Stebbins. Mindweiser runs into a crowd of black shirts, and he's still driving before he's finally stopped. They're going to spot it and give him a yard at the 12. No arm tackling on Mindweiser tonight. You better wrap him up. Second and 9. We're down to 2 seconds. That's going to be the end of the third quarter play with the score. Seneca Valley 17 and North Allegheny 14. And Raiders on another long march. It started at their 9. They're now 2nd and 9 at the North Allegheny 12 due to that 51-yard pass from Lawson to Stebbins. And then the horse collar tackle, half the distance, put it at the 13. Be quite a fourth quarter. If you're Seneca Valley, of course, you want to punch it in. If you're North Allegheny, you better hold them to nothing or just a field goal. Well, Lawson's been very effective on the ball keep, fakes, faking to Mindweiser. The last time the big play was a fake to Mindweiser and a give to Evan Smith on the counter. Let's see what Coach Ron Butchley elects to go with. Two outstanding offensive lines here this evening. Can't say enough about this Seneca Valley offensive line, led by their center, Danny Kreisberg, the two big tackles, Marcus Might and Kevin Meter. Meter just a junior, 6'5", 275, and the guards, David Tekich and Drew Robertson. This is one of the biggest offensive lines in the WPIAL. Here we go, start of the fourth quarter, and the Raiders with a 2nd and 9 at the North Allegheny 12. Three receivers wide to the left. Luke Smith split wide to the left. Stebbins in a slot to the left. Mindweiser to the right side. Fake. Lob into the end zone. Caught! What a catch by Luke Smith. And once again, I think that bounced off maybe Joey Porter. I think Porter had a piece of it. I'm getting a nod from John Henriotto that was the case. Maybe it was Nico Rankin. It was 8 or 9. I can't make it out. It was one of them, but what a pass. It was right there. And once again, what looked maybe was going to be an interception for the Tigers turns into a big play for the Raiders. Seth Winters. The kick is up, and it is good. Seneca Valley in the fourth quarter at the 11:55 mark on a TD pass from Lawson to Luke Smith. Well, they call baseball game inches. You better call football game inches too, because there were two passes that could have been picked off by the Tigers. One by Joey Porter Jr., and this one looked like maybe a pickoff. It went through the hands. I know it was either Nico Rankin or Porter had a hand on it, and great hands by Luke Smith. He held on it for the touchdown. Winner's kick, and that makes it 24-14. And another long drive, 91 yards for the Raiders. In 11 plays. So they've gone 94 yards in 6 plays, 91 yards in 11 plays, and they've now tripled the yardage they had in that first game back on September the 28th when the Tigers shut them down to just two Seth Winters field goals and 107 total yards. So the Raiders on a revenge tour, avenging one loss last week to Central Catholic. Precise Cologne at the 1. Comes up the middle, and he's hit hard and belted down at the 22-yard line. Sage Lay, and it looked like Evan Smith also in on a tackle. 1st and 10, North Allegheny at their own 22. 11:49 to go. Plenty of time, but certainly some decisions for Coach Art Walker about passing the football. Well, the Tigers come out in a double tight set, I formation, play action pass, deep ball thrown deep down the middle, and this one's going to be intercepted by Luke Smith. He's in the return. Check that. That's Ryan Christebeck on the interception, and he's going to return it inside the 40 and down to the North Allegheny 37-yard line. So the Tigers came out in their run formation, double tight I formation, play action pass, going deep, and it's picked off. And I believe that was number 7, Ryan Christebeck. 1st and 10 now for Seneca Valley at the North Allegheny 38. 11:37 to go. Smith split wide to the left. Offset eye to the left. Meinweiser off the right side. And down to the 30, down to the 29-yard line. Does he get the first down? Haven't even moved the sticks yet.
Face mask penalty also.
Now we're getting a penalty, face mask penalty. So 2 crucial penalties here against the Tigers in the second half. A horse collar penalty and now a face mask penalty. How to spot the ball at the 23. Offset eye to the left. Smith up back. This may see a steady diet of Meinweiser and some keepers by Lawson. Meinweiser, big hole, surging through. What a job this offensive line is doing for Seneca Valley here tonight. Straight off the right side, huge gap. Down to the 14-yard line. 2nd and 1. Slot to the left. Offset eye to the left. Lawson, Mindweiser, puts his head down. Runs behind the two big guys on the right side and picks up the first down to the 11-yard line, running behind Marcus Might and Drew Robertson and Jake Stebbins at tight end. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 11. Down under 10 to play. Raiders up 24-14, looking to add to their lead following that interception. Mindweiser, right side, bulls his way in for the touchdown. Well, he's had a huge game. You take away a couple of long runs he had, and he might be approaching 200 yards rushing here tonight. What a night he's had. I tell you, no, you're doing arm tackle this guy, you're not bringing him down. So the Raiders with the first score here, the 4th quarter at 11:45, and now another one here at the 9:47 mark. Winners on to attempt the extra point. And they stop this play. False start against the Raiders. 5-yard penalty. So 38 yards in 4 plays following the interception. So this one's spotted at the 16. Winner's boot is up, and it is good. Seneca Valley 31. North Allegheny 14. So the Raiders with a 17-point lead, 9 minutes and 47 seconds away for a trip to the championship game next Saturday night at Hinesville. And it's been a while since the Raiders have been there. Well, Coach Ron Butchley said that the team is playing with a lot of confidence, especially after being down 14-0 in the first quarter against Central last week, to come from behind to win 15-14 and holding Central Catholic to just 15 yards in the last 3 quarters of play. Porter and Kalala back deep for North Allegheny. Precise Cologne, not back there. He's had some outstanding returns. The Winners pops this one up, taken by Porter at the 22. And he's hit and forced out of bounds at the 32. So 2 North Allegheny turnovers have led to 10 Seneca Valley points here tonight. A 34-yard field goal and a touchdown of 11 yards by Mindweiser. That was Mindweiser's second touchdown on the evening. 1st and 10, North Allegheny at their own 32. 9:42 to go, and the Tigers down by 17. Petchke wants to throw, fires out here, complete to Kalala at the 39, across the 40, and bunched up and popped down, and the Tiger faithful, they wanted a late hit call.
Tackle made by number 23, Connor Hayes. Number 1, Dave Lett.
Connor Hayes and Sage Lay in on the tackle. Pickup of 9. Petchke fires over the middle, complete, no, dropped. Dropped at the 49, would have been a first down.
Intended for number 10, Sam Sheridan, falls incomplete.
It's 3rd and 1. The Connor inside run. Mayenza puts his head down and gets the first down before he's brought down by Josh McLean at the 49. Pickup of 8. Under 9 to play. Petchke looks, wants to fire over the middle, broken up, and by Stebbins.
Petchke's pass falls incomplete, intended for number 10, Phil Schrader.
Second and 10, the incomplete pass stops the clock, 8:51. Bryce Cologne checks in, faked it. Petchke fires over the middle, incomplete. And are we going to get an interference call? There was contact made prior to the pass getting there, but called incomplete, no penalty. 3rd and 10. Art Walker thought so. Trips to the left for the Tigers. Cologne, single setback. Now he moves up. Petchke fires out here into the flat. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. So that will bring up 4th down. 4th and 10. The ball at the North Allegheny 49-yard line. 8:42 remaining. Petchke. Here comes the pressure. He's hit. He throws deep down the right sideline. Almost caught by Isaac West. Would have been a great reception and a first down at the 12-yard line. He just could not hold on to it, and Petchke just got rid of that ball in time. So Seneca Valley will take over 1st and 10 at the North Allegheny 49 with 8:37 to go, and you're going to see a steady diet here of Jake Meinwieser. Meinwieser, with after 3 quarters, had 104 yards rushing, so he has to be up well over 120. He sets up to the left of Lawson. He gets it, right side, puts his head down, picks up 4. At the 45 of North Allegheny. 4-yard run at this point of the game with the clock running and this 17-point lead is a good piece of running. Ryan Christebeck split to the left. Meinwieser, he takes it out, dips it in. There comes a flag again. He picks up a first down, but a flag thrown right at the line of scrimmage. That's a holding call. It'll be the 4th one on the Raiders, and each time Meinweiser the ball carrier. But he's not going to complain the way this line's blocked for him tonight. A holding call will move it back. Ball placed at the 47 of Seneca Valley. And that will make it 2nd and about 16. .7:30 remaining in the game. Offset eye to the left. Smith leading the way. Meinweiser. He's going to run to his left, turn to his right.
Meinweiser again, the ball carrier.
Thought he had some room right behind Smith, but he gets it up to the 46-yard line where the Tigers take a timeout with 7:13 remaining in the game. He gained maybe just 1 on a play. I don't think he gained anything, actually. .7:13 remaining in the game. Seneca Valley with the 31-17 lead. It was 17-14 at the half. But the Raiders' defense has come up big, and the line blocking has been exceptional. And a couple of key passes that came within inches of being picked off, but turned into big pass and run plays. A 51-yarder to Stebbins, and then the touchdown pass to Luke Smith. Third and 16 for the Raiders. Ball at their own 46-yard line. And there's Lawson. He's just looking at the seconds tick down. Here's Meinweiser running straight ahead. I'm sure Coach Butchley told him, don't be bouncing outside, just stay behind your blockers. That'll make it 4th and 14. And the clock has stopped, so I'm guessing that the Tigers took their second time out. And what will Coach Art Walker do? You take a chance and get after the punter, who happens to be Gabe Lawson? Go for the block? Joey Porter Jr. will go back deep for the Tigers. Gabe Lawson. Here's the punt. Line drive kick. And Porter's going to pick it up at the 12. Trying to circle to the right, finding running room. And he's upended across the 25 to the 27-yard line, where the Tigers will put it in play. 1st and 10 at their own 27 with 6:53 remaining and down by 17. And we have an injured player back at the 29-yard line.
You can watch this by clicking on the North Allegheny Athletics website at athletics.northallegheny.org or on YouTube.
Injured North Allegheny player. So play will be stopped. Two very impressive drives here tonight by the Raiders. 94 yards in 6 plays, 91 yards in 11 plays. Semi-final game tonight is Mount Lebanon at Pine Richland. Pine Richland last played here 2 weeks ago and lost to North Allegheny 27-7 after leading 7-0 at the half. They beat Seneca Valley a month ago 21-7, the most points that the Raiders have given up this year. The ball now positioned at the 17-yard line. 1st and 10. North Allegheny at their own 17, 6:53 to go. Petchke under pressure, runs out over the 20, is hit and brought down across the 25 to the 26 or 27-yard line.
Brought down number 22, Evan Smith.
Evan Smith on a tackle. 1st down. Out at the 27. Petchke back, throws, fires out here in the flat, and it's intercepted. That looked like Brennan Hayes making that interception, number 8 for the Raiders. Their 2nd interception, the 3rd turnover here on the evening by North Allegheny. First and 10 for the Raiders at the North Allegheny 31 with 6:34 to go. Lawson, Mindweiser, he slips and goes down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. I believe North Allegheny with just 1 timeout remaining. So the Raiders just a little over 6 minutes remaining to spoil a perfect regular season of 10-0 for the Tigers and the 6A conference champs, and avenging a 10-6 loss back on September the 28th. I don't know what history shows, but haven't been too many wins by Seneca Valley here at North Allegheny. Lawson keeps it. No gain. 3rd and 10.
25, Kate Hope, number 33, Ethan Armstrong.
North Allegheny just bunching line of scrimmage and gambling. Sometimes it works, and sometimes you get a quick hitter and the runner breaks through and there's no one there. But not many options left for the Tigers. 3rd and 10 for Seneca Valley to 31 of North Allegheny. Evan Smith shifts to the right. Mindweiser, the ball carrier. And it looked like he was going to stop for a loss, and he just squirts through, picks up a couple down to the 29-yard line, and that will bring up a 4th and 8.
Tackle made by number 3 for Science Malone. And number 21, Dante Caputo.
So the Raiders taking their time. 4th and 8 at the North Allegheny 29-yard line. 4:20 on the clock. They may even run it down, take the penalty. 10 seconds. They have Lawson just taking his time. He's going to keep it on a sweep to the left. And he's going to go down. He's going to loss a 3 back at the 32. 1st and 10, North Allegheny at their own 32-yard line with 3:57 remaining in the game. No question that the Seneca Valley offense has been just great tonight, and a lot of credit to that offensive line and some key passes by Gabe Lawson. But you have to give a lot of credit to this defense that has held so far North Allegheny to 14 points, with the Tigers coming in here averaging 37 a game. But the previous contest, they held them to 10. Here's a counter to Mayens, and he goes nowhere. He is belted hard and loses a yard back at the 31. Middle linebacker Jake Stebbins, the defensive end Drew Robertson. Stebbins has been outstanding here tonight. Petchke back to throw, fires out here in the flat, incomplete, intended for Porter, out at the 40-yard line. Brendan Hayes defending. Hayes has just been outstanding secondary coverage for the Raiders here this evening. Incomplete pass, stopping the clock, 3:25, brings up a 3rd and 11 for North Allegheny. While this score might be a shocker to a lot of people around the WPIL, but it won't be to the Raiders, who came in here tonight playing with a lot of confidence. Petchke with a pass down the sideline and went through the hands. Hayes almost had a second interception at the 40-yard line. Pass intended for Colella. That'll bring up a 4th and 11. So the only team to stop this North Allegheny offense this year has been the Seneca Valley Raiders. 2 contests so far holding them to just 24 points. Petchke, he's going to try to run, he's going to be sacked, and that's going to do it. He's dropped, and the Raiders will take over 1st and 10 at the North Allegheny 31-yard line with 3:11 to go. And there is jubilation on the Seneca Valley sideline. And they are jumping up and down in front of their fans. And they deserve to be jubilant. Sometimes coaches say things and you say just coaches talk. Ron Butchley said his team's playing with a lot of confidence, and they were coming in here tonight playing with a lot of confidence, and they sure have played that way. Delay a game, 5-yard penalty against Seneca Valley. If you say games are won up front, boy, you better tip your hat to the Seneca Valley offensive and defensive lines, and a great job done by their linebacker. Their whole defensive unit, great secondary coverage. Cade Smithco in at quarterback. And there's a flag. Matt Stenger was the ball carrier. Another penalty. A 15-yarder. Make it second and about 30. Breaking in the clear is Stanger. And he's going to take it down to the 12-yard line for a first down. So the junior running back, Matt Stanger, gets a first down and a nice run off the left side. And the Raiders just setting up, and as Smithcoat takes a knee. As the clock winds down to 2 minutes to play. How that run by Stanger, a 34-yarder. These runs tonight are 29, 34, and other long run by Mindweiser, the longest runs all year long against this Tigers defense. Seneca takes a knee. There's nothing the Viking or the Tigers can do but watch the clock. So 2 weeks in a row, revenge victories for the Seneca Valley Raiders. Last week, defeating Central Catholic 15-14 after losing to them early in the season, 20-14, and now this loss from the season. The Raiders started off very tough schedule, 1-2, before putting together a winning streak and losing late in the season to Pine Richland, 21-7. And now they're headed to Heinz Field next Saturday night for the 6A championship game at 8 o'clock. Against the winner of the Mount Lebanon Pine Richland game. And if it's Pine Richland, they'll have a rare opportunity to beat 3 teams that beat them during the regular season. I don't know if that's ever happened before in WPL history. Looking at John Enriato, it's something maybe he can look up and find out for us. Smithcoat takes a knee. The Raiders turn it over with 25 seconds to go, and there goes the clock. And the Raiders are going to come away with a huge win here tonight. But let me tell you, it was no fluke. They took it to the Tigers. Very physical, hard-nosed football game. Close at halftime, 17-14. But then all Seneca Valley in the second half with a combination of run defense, pass defense, great offensive line play, some key passes, and they are excited as the Seneca Valley band rushes onto the field. And this final score, once again, 31-14 in favor of Seneca Valley. Let's look at a recap of the scoring in that first quarter. North Allegheny scored on Betsky's 8-yard run, 22 yards in 2 plays for the Tigers. West, the kick, made it 7-0. This was set up by Precise Cologne's 63-yard kickoff return, then a penalty put the ball at the 22 of Seneca Valley. But the Raiders showed what they were made of, and their makeup for this game tonight. They took the ensuing kickoff, went 75 yards in 8 plays. Mindweiser on a 9-yard run. Winters the kick, it was 7-7. Then following a miscue on a bad snap over the head of kicker Isaac West and recovered at the 17-yard line by the Raiders. They then just moved 3 yards in 3 plays, but then a 34-yard field goal by Seth Winters made it 10-7 in favor of the Raiders. That was at the 3:59 mark of the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, Seneca Valley scored at the 8:32 mark. Lawson on a 6-yard run. This was an impressive 94-yard 6-play drive, winners with the kick, and a nice long run to get them out of trouble there by Mindweiser. Seneca Valley up 17-7. NA came back and scored the 2:09 mark. Petsky in a 4-yard run. Westakick made it 17-14. 47 yards in 3 plays for the Tigers. The big pass play was a 43-yarder from Petsky to Luke Kalala, and that's the way it stood at the half. It was a scoreless third quarter, and then in the fourth, at the 11:55 mark, Seneca Valley scored on a touchdown pass of 12 yards from Gabe Lawson to Luke Smith. It looked like it was going to be picked off by either Porter or Nico Rankin. It was bobbled and went into the hands of Luke Smith, who held on to it for the touchdown. Winner's kick made it 24-14. Another long drive, 91 yards and 11 plays for the Raiders. And then Seneca Valley came back at the 9:42 mark with Mindweiser scoring his second touchdown of the game, an 11-yard run. This followed the interception by Hayes, 38 yards, 4 plays. Winners a kick, 31-14. So key interceptions there in that second half by Hayes was outstanding in the secondary, and an interception also by Ryan Christovic. And there it is, Seneca Valley 9-3 on to the championship game at Heinz Field next Saturday night against the winner of Mount Lebanon and Pine Richland. North Allegheny, they finished the season 10-1. Their first loss coming here tonight to the 6A conference champions, but that's all for naught now, as the Raiders will head into the championship game. On behalf of my cameraman, Matt Lutz, this is Ed Cody wishing you a good night.